What's up guys, Martin, bringing you a brand video. In today's video, as you can see, is some more league racing action on F1 2021. We're here for the Spanish Grand Prix for another pre-season race in preparation for the upcoming championship in WOR. So before we get stuck into this, I want to say a massive thank you for the kind comments and support my previous video, which was the pre-season race at the Bahrain Grand Prix, where we had a Titanic scrap with FRA Ronhar and Viper. Viper actually is going to be my teammate for this upcoming season, so very excited for the upcoming season. It starts this Monday, the 30th of August, and there was a 2-week delay unfortunately, as the multiplayer experience on Xbox during the last couple of months or so has been pretty bad, so we've been waiting for future patches, trying to delay as much as we can to make sure the online experience is optimal for us to race in. So this race is going to be a social race, like I said. The grid consists of F1 and F2 drivers, so it's not the full grid for F1, but there's still a lot of individuals in here like Sparks, Shadow, FRA Ronhar, undoubtedly going to be title protagonists, and it is going to be, very valuable experience for us going into the upcoming season, and hopefully we can undo the loss in Bahrain and come out on top, because I'm feeling very good in this game. We're here for the Catalonia Spanish Grand Prix. I do like this track a lot. I have a soft spot for the old school tracks, even though the racing is not exactly great. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this video, and yeah, let's get stuck into this. So before we get stuck into qualifying, for this particular video I'm going to be showing you my exact setup for this upcoming race. I don't normally do this because I don't want to give away any advantage to my rivals who will be watching this video. And also I'm part of Comrade Gaming, which is an esports team. Consists of the top drivers on PC and Xbox and PS4. Some of you guys may know them, part of CRG. And we do share setups, share concepts. And again, for me to sort of share that, other people's ideas, is just not ideal for them. But I don't mind for this particular Grand Prix. It is very similar to the default setup, the maximum downforce setup, as you can see before, 1110 wings, increasing the off throttle differential by 1 for the race, and lowering the tyre pressures in the race, just to keep those tyres in the optimum tyre window. That is important on this game, keeping them below over 100 degrees as much as you can. Again, very much inspired by the PSGL drivers who raced around here on the default setups. Lucas Blakely pumping in a 113.9. I know these esport drivers are aliens and they're different gravy, but the setup mustn't be bad. So that's what I got inspired by, this setup right here, the default setup. So yep, hopefully you enjoy that setup. It should give you benefits, particularly in the race. And yeah, let's go straight to qualifying. So here we go then, and qualifying, checking the weather, and as you can see, sunny skies in qualifying, which is ideal, and a dry race, so pretty straightforward, no dramas with the weather on this game. Strategy is soft hard, soft medium is in theory doable, but it's very borderline, and it's just fundamentally slower. The hard compound tyre around here is very underrated, it's a very good race tyre. So yeah, planning to do 3 soft runs, just eyeing up the competition, and like I said at the start of the video, we've got the 2 Alfa Romeos of Shadow and Sparks, who are undoubtedly one of the fastest.
That's gonna be like a 0.8.
So yeah, if he's starting his banker lap now, he does a 1:14.6.
A point.
He seems to be pretty happy with that. And Shadow, again, he is second in the wars in time trial around here, a 14.4 banker lap. So yeah, those 2 Alfa Romeos are going to be annoying this season, annoyingly quick. We've got FRA Ronhar in here as well. So yeah, if we can manage to get a good result here, it's going to give us a tremendous amount of confidence going into the new season, given the competition. So yeah, PB going to this was a 14.2. Like I said, in the previous video, I've been working so hard on my 1 lap pace. Last game on 1 lap pace was pretty bad, and you need to be quick and quality. Like, you can have as much race pace as you want, but if you haven't got track position, especially with the DRS trains on this game, you're screwed. So I've been focusing so much on qualifying, and it seems to be paying off. Qualifying P3 in last race. So here we are in the McLaren, and the McLaren is going to be the car that I'm going to be driving this season, so hopefully you enjoy the camber. The settings, I will put them in the link in the description below. Very happy with McLaren. I do prefer Mercedes powered cars in this game compared to the Ferrari and Honda powered cars. Just feel a bit more drivable. So yeah, pretty handy middle sector, fastest man of anyone in that middle sector. Again, that high downforce setup, making the car very compliant over the curbs in the middle sector. This final sector I was struggling a lot of understeer, just can't get the front end in. But nevertheless, a decent bank collapse. Again, bank collapse, you're not going to get pole position, so just get a lap time on the board, and we do a 1 minute 14.6, a quarter of a second down on the shadow, but still not terrible. Here we are on board with the Alfa Romeo of Sparks, who has set a personal best in the first sector, a purple middle sector. He's only half a time quicker than us, but again, these two are very, very quick in the last sector.
Oh, there's only going to be a 0.4, man.
One thing I've noticed about Sparks, he does like to moan a lot. But nevertheless, he goes fast as well. 1 minute 14.3. It's pretty handy. And yeah, but still, yeah, I can see the last sector was pretty bad for me, and was very, very close in the middle sector. So yeah, here we go again in our second run. And like I said, the banker lap, just want to drive at 95%, just get the thing round, because if you get invalidations, if you pick up warnings, it's just going to give you more and more pressure on these final few runs. And here we are in this first sector now. We're a couple of hundredths up in the first sector, but Shadow very, very fast in that first sector into the 0.1s. But nevertheless, in this middle sector we're being very, very quick. And again, through this section here, you can easily ride over the curbs with the high downforce setup, flicking in 7th gear, clip the curb, and on the outside line mounting on the exit, and the car is absolutely planted. So yeah, very, very good. Heavy braking in this last sector. And again, purple middle sector, 8 thousandths down on Shadow. So we're very, very competitive over a single lap. But again, it's just clutching up with this final sector where he was so fast again, just the front end just reluctant to turn in into that right-hander. Very intricate sector 3 here. Tyre temps are absolutely screaming hot, very difficult to get the power down. As we blast towards the line now, and our second run with 5 minutes to go. Can we get on the front row? We cannot, but we're only less than a tenth off the Alfa Romeo Shadow, a 1 minute 14.4 as we enter the pits now in preparation for our final run. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Again, it's not like I'm an F1 esports driver, look at me, but it's still pretty handy. And we've got our teammate, Critch, who's actually in F2 on a 1 minute 14.5. FRA Ron had down in 8th place. I don't think he did any practice, he just sort of turned up. So I expect him to be the one to watch going to the Bahrain Grand Prix, which, like I said, starts this Monday. So check out the WOR YouTube channel for that race, and I'll be uploading highlights on those videos, and I'll be including all sorts of different POVs. So on board now with Sparks, 1 minute to go. Here's at the fastest first sector, flicks it in for the high speed turn 9. He runs around the curve, he's lost the rear.
Oh fucking hell! Are you kidding? What?
Oh my goodness! And you can see his stranded car in the middle of the racetrack as well. I think I was letting through one of his teammates, Shadow, who has set the fastest first, fastest second sector, and he's about to go fastest, I think, on a 1 minute 14.2. Yes, he does. Shadow lays down the Gorton. His teammate Sparks is in the barrier. So now 15 seconds to go. One more run. This is where you've got to clutch up as a league racer. All those hours of practice, all those laps, all boils down to this final run, and we are gunning for pole position. I felt I could do it, 100%. Our last sector was not good, but unfortunately we haven't. Well, a marginal improvement in sector 1 as we plant the throttle, flick right for the downhill left-hander, use the curb on the right-hand side to open up the trajectory of the corner, short shift to 4th gear, plant the throttle, run to the left-hand side to line loose resistance, and into this intricate middle sector now. Again, the setup was really... Oh, we lose the rear, but we did manage to keep forward motion, flicking to the 7th gear, full throttle nearly through there, and again the car is on rails. The setup works very nicely on the curbs, braking a straight line. Again, we're the fastest man of anyone in that middle sector, 7 milliseconds off the pole position time of Shadow. But again in the sector 3 we're just really struggling with understeer. We're going to give it absolutely everything we've got. We've guaranteed P3, but I really want that front row start. Flick left, flick right, and just bury the throttle and gun for glory, flicking through the gears. Use the curve on the right hand side to rotate the car, heading towards the line now. Is this going to be pole position? No, it's not, but it is the front row, a 114.3. Yeah, it was good, but not good enough, as Shadow, the Alfa Romeo man, is on pole position. But nevertheless, a front row start. Our race pace is looking handy, and yeah, let's see what we can do in the race. So yeah, in a loading screen now, and as I say, I was pretty pumped, you know, front row start, you know, fancy my chances. But unfortunately, we're gonna have some serious issues right now, as my game appears to have crashed. I could not change the setup. I was trying to scroll through, and as you can see, I've lost game sound, and I'm thinking, okay, what the fuck is going on here? And in about a few seconds now, my game unfortunately crashes before qualifying, before the race. And as you can see, black screen, and what's going on here? And oh, sick, yep. My game crashed before the race, and I've lost connection to Xbox Live.
Fourth light, the fifth light! And it's pedal to the metal! Go, 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 go! And round to the next round, heading down through the seat now. It's Sparks in front, Chili in second, and what a really, really terrible start from Shadow. As you would expect, they're now hightailing down towards turn one yet again. And look at Shadow now, he's just set the fastest lap. I got Chili for a move as the Alfa Romeo looks to join his teammates in the top two. It is a full safety car now, that is going to change things up. Who's going to box?
And this isn't bad news at all for the soft runners, and if Martin can get back in, it's not bad news for him either, but I don't think that's happening at the moment as he's now languishing down in P17, of course.
What a joke, honestly. So before the race, my Xbox crashed, which meant, yeah, basically I was at the race for the first 3 laps. And the lobby was not restarted, and now I find myself in P17. From the front row of the grid on lap 5 of the Spanish Grand Prix. But thankfully, there is hope. You know, my tyres are not minus 200 degrees, I've got 4 wheels on my car, and I'm in the race, so that's something at least. But however, we are at the back of the train. There is hope though, as you can see, there's a safety car that has completely neutralised the race, but however, it's still not great. I've lost track position, I'm at the back. The leaders didn't pit, so I'm guessing they're going to extend the softs and go for mediums or hards. Yeah, there's not much I can really do on one soft tyres, so I decided, screw it, I'm just going to sacrifice 3 or 4 positions, get to the back of the grid, and put on a set of medium compound tyres. These mediums are incredibly quick in the race. That's going to give me track position, and if there's more safety cars or more carnage, that's going to put me back in the game. And who knows, maybe on raw pace I can catch up, because those soft compound tyres and hard tyres are not going to be quick.
Are you going to go for it? Are you going for it? Just go for it. You go for it, you go for it, you go for it. I'm going to spam battery as well.
So the race gets underway, the 2 Alfa Romeos working in unison as lights out, and away we go, I guess, for the Spanish Grand Prix on medium compound tyres. And I've already dispatched 1 Mercedes for P18 as the 2 Alfa Romeos are romping away out in the lead. We're just going out of turn 2. So yeah, right now just get the head down. It's frustrating, it's so annoying, but these things happen. Take the L and just try and make the best of a bad situation and just play the long game. It is a long race in Catalonia, 33 laps. The Shadow leads the way on a 17.8 fastest lap. As you can see, the hard command tyre isn't working very well on that Red Bull. He understeers well, I think he might have damage, and we dispatch him very, very quickly. Trying to get into the back of the corner, can we get him moved into turn 1? But no, we just haven't got the straight line speed with the high downforce setup. As the leaders have actually made a pit stop very early after the safety car restart. The hard compound tyres. And they're around, I'd say, 9 seconds behind us. So if we can pull a gap on these mediums, get through the traffic, put on a set of softs on with a medium compound tyres, I tell you what, they could be, we could have half a chance, but it's going to take an absolute mammoth medium stint. Managed to dispatch of Connor up into P7, or make that P6 2 birds in 1 stone. The hard compound tyre not working very well for Matthew Rees. He's playing the long game. He hasn't got the raw speed at the moment, but he is going to be, well, he's going to go to the end on those tyres. As you can see, Shadow is net leader. These 2 Alfa Romeos on the hard compound tyres at the end of the race. Like I said, they're about 9 seconds behind us now. But we've got some clear air now on these mediums, as the leaders have pitted. And we're at the fastest first sector. This is what we need to do now. Just pump in some quick laps. Again, these 11-turn wings are absolutely, well, a little bit slow on the straights, but through the corners they are mighty with fuel. And as we do a 17.4, we are comfortably the fastest man on the racetrack right now. Just letting the laps tick on by. And we're on lap 12 now, target lock on the Haas. FR rate as he always lost the rate on the curve. Oh, I'm gonna slam on the brakes, almost hitting him. The car didn't ghost, so I had to react, and that allows the Williams to get through up into P5 now, and all that hard work pumping in that 17.4 has become undone, and we've lost a second or two to Joker. But here we are on lap 13, and then once again Connor just lets us go, and as you see we're just saying thank you. I think he knows we've got the pace, and he can just sit behind me with DRS, and I can drag him along, and he can save DRS, and he could be a threat at the end of the race. But right now we've got clear air, well, 3-second gap to the leaders. Meanwhile, these hard come on runs, look at that, he's got an 18.1 fastest lap. So those, again, those hard tyres, they take, I'd say 5 or 6 laps to really get them into the optimum window, and they'll be doing high to mid 17s as the stint goes on. So we've got to make the most of these mediums right now. The gap between myself and the leader is 3.3 seconds, at 17.6. So again, we're comfortably the fastest man on the racetrack, doing everything we need to do. Another 2/10 gain on the leader. There's 2 cars are in the pits now, I'm guessing for a set of maybe mediums that can go to the end. And then a purple last sector. So yeah, like I said, I'm feeling quick on this game. We just need to get track position and just stay consistent and keep our head down. And just taking chunks out of the leader. They've got a 3-second penalty as well. Fastest middle sector now, another 17.7. The gap is down to 1.7 seconds. Edging closer and closer to that critical DRS. Here we are on lap 20, another 17.8. Nico's on very worn hard tyres, and we blast past him down the main straight, up into 2nd place now. And it looks like WR Connor made a mistake on those hard compound tyres. And now we're on our own now to set sights on the leader. And that is Shazoo Joker, another fastest lap of the race. We're doing everything we can on these medium compound tyres, and they're putting us in a position where we can attack these Alfa Romeos with this strategy, an inspired call as we pick up a warning. But yeah, we're really in the groove now.
Shit, Martin's gonna go for soft. Tom, no! Don't hit me. Right, you're good.
See, we are with 11 laps to go of the race. We've got a 10.5 second lead on these Alfa Romeos. We're putting an absolute monster medium stint. Oh, we need to keep on pressing on as pit stops are around 20 seconds long. We need to get the gap down as much as possible for the soft compound tyre. And now we've got DRS, slipstream on the Aston Martin. We saw his red light flashing, so we're going to pounce on him using the slipstream and DRS. And even with 11.10 wings, look at that, just tearing past him on the straight. And from the back of the grid, we're currently in P1 of the Spanish Grand Prix and just giving it absolutely everything now as we edge closer and closer to the pit stop window. Fastest first sector, a personal best in that middle sector on around, I'd say, 16-17 lap hold mediums. So again, like I said, the setup, okay, it's not incredible in qualifying, but in the race it's just absolutely insane. We can just place the car exactly where we want it, using the ERS, giving it absolutely everything into the 1.16s, a 1.16.8. We're currently 1 second faster than Sparks on this lap, and now edge closer and closer to the pit stop window. And I think I'm going to be pitting this lap with 7% ERS. And look at this, the net leaders. Oh my goodness me, what is that defensive driving from Sparks? They're going side by side. This is not what they need to be doing. They don't want to be battling. As Av just opens the door for us. He makes contact with the Ferrari, spins round. He's in the wall. Unbelievable. And that could be a safety car. It is a safety car. Christmas has come early. We've got track position. A safety car has now been deployed. And well, that just makes our strategy a hell of a lot easier, because we're going to pit for softs, including Joker. We've got a decent gap to the cars in P3, 4 and 5, and that means we're going to come out as the race leader after disconnecting, missing the first 4 laps of the race. What an inspired call it was to go onto the mediums instead of the hards. Bit lucky, but yeah, using the pace, the setup, being in the groove. Again, you create your own luck, and here we are in the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix, and you're thinking slam dunk, this is a slam dunk win. But you'd be wrong, as a safety car is a bit sketchy on this game, and we're coming behind it now, going incredibly slowly, so we slam the brakes. Joker passes me on the safety car, and the game has given Joker the lead, and the game thinks Joker's now in the net lead. So now I've got to let him past. But I'm thinking, hang on a second, I was the leader, so I'm going to pass him now. But the game's just like, nope, give the place back to Joker, and I've just lost the plot here. Like, I'm thinking, what is going on with this game? Why is he now the leader? And again, we try again to overtake him. But again, we get another illegal overtake, so we have to back off and consolidate P2 for the time being, because the game told me to, even though I was in P. Yeah, so the multiplayer experience, like I said, is far from ideal. But once again, just grit your teeth and just go over the floor. We're still in a very good position to win this race. Joker has a 3-second penalty, Nico has a 3-second penalty, and critically Shadow. Only Matthew Reese, it hasn't got a penalty. So the safety car is going to go in this lap, and Joker going very slowly. And here we go, with 6 laps to go, the back end dancing about there. Cold rear tyres and the dirty air of Joker has opened the door for Nico to get a run on us. We were using all our battery, and I believe he thought better of it. He turned off his overtake, and we consoled it P2 now. And yeah, it's quite a tricky situation for us, because we'll be on medium compound tyres pretty much all race. Now we've got these soft tyres, and we're on 2 warnings. But surely it's in the bag now, and I sort of hoped that Joker would just let me through, considering I was in P1. We've got a 1-second gap now to Matthew Reese. Is up into P3. He's putting on a great performance here at the Spanish Grand Prix, but we need to dispatch this Aston Martin to get a car between myself and him and set our sights for the win here in Spain. He weaves from left to right, and that's a signal. Now he's going to let us by. Fastest up the race, and from the front row to the Xbox dashboard to the back of the grid, P1 for the Spanish Grand Prix with 2 warnings, no penalties so far, and we're in prime position to take our first win in over 2 years. My last competitive win was the first round of the WOR Championship on F1 2019. I know this is a pre-season race, there's no points here, but there's a lot of pride, and it's been a really, really tough F1 2020 again for us. We're here on F1 2021, back at the front, and it feels good, but still, we've got a job to do. We've got a 6/10 gap now to Joker. Shadow, the fastest man on track so far. He's got nothing to lose. He's got a penalty, and if he can put pressure on us and we pick up a warning, then hey, oh, Matthew Reese can win this race in Chile. Look at that, he's only 2.7 seconds down the road. But right now I'm just doing the absolute bare minimum, trying to save that battery, not taking too much risk. As we miss the apex to the left, that's compromised the run for the right. We're going to get a poor exit. That's probably our first mistake. All races, a Shizu Luca has retired from the session in the Ferrari, and we've got another safety car. And arguably that probably saved us, as Joker probably would have had a sniff into turn 1 with the slipstream and DRS. So yeah, this is lap 31. So is the safety car going to stay out for the rest of the race? I suspect it should come in on the penultimate lap, and again just slowing down, and hopefully Joker doesn't pass us, and we managed to secure P1. And here we are on the penultimate lap now. I suspect the safety car, yeah, is coming in at the end of this lap. Thankfully we can maintain some tyre temperature on the soft tyre, and we're going to have a 1-lap sprint to the end of the Grand Prix. We've still got a job to do. There's no DRS, and here we go. Just open up the chicane, plant the throttle, no oversteer, no dirty air. It is a clean run for the final lap of the Spanish Grand Prix. We've absolutely nailed the restart. No worries into turn 1. A Shadow in the Alfa Romeo goes down the inside, I believe, of Joker. And yes, he does. And right now, just doing the absolute bare minimum. I don't need to push at all. It's in the bag. And with 2 sectors to go, surely we're going to take our first win in 2 years.
This has been an exceptional drive from Martin. He has gone from last to first. He disconnected at the start, fell all the way to the back. A safety car brought him back into it, and then the strategy has paid off oh so well.
Yeah, it certainly has. As he rounds the chicane for the final time, round New Holland for the final time, you have to say, give him his best. It was a last to first effort, because it certainly was. Tyrrell Martin is your winner of this Grand Prix.
So there we have it, Spanish Grand Prix. It actually put us P4, that was a glitch, but we did take the victory, and yeah, really chuffed with that. I know it's only a pre-season race, but it does give us tremendous confidence going into the Bahrain Grand Prix, and shout out for Sparks for lending me his footage. And like I said, I should have a lot more POVs and a lot more, well, there's going to be a full competitive grid, tier 1, and that starts this Monday. Hopefully you enjoyed these highlights, and hope you tune in to that race on Monday using the WOR YouTube channel as a live stream, and I will be uploading highlights next week hopefully. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this video, hope you have a great day, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.